Shalom. I'm going to give our ongoing praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity throughout the folk on the earth. Right, and shalom to those very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting order in these days as well. I'm the brother One coming at you with a video, Lord, when it's edifying. Right, coming at you with an end time headlines article. And when we see certain articles that come across our notifications, we get notifications, and you instantly go into making a video about it because prophecy, right? So this one says Tony Blair calls for global agreement on social media speech restrictions, right? And let's see if we can get restrictions. You would just look it up right quick, right? A limiting condition or measure, especially a legal one, right? And limitation, right? Because pretty much we know they don't want certain things to be spoke on, right? And we know, with that being said, we know about the famine of the word, according to the book of Amos, chapter 8, right? So I'm gonna read this and bring out some more scriptures, man, right? It says the former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, whose neoliberal Labour Party government enacted some of the strictest speech laws in modern British history, has joined the chorus of commentators demanding a new crackdown on social media, right? And we know how things are moving, how things are going out, in the news. The social media is on fire, man, especially that app TikTok. They want to take down TikTok because of the fact that the content that is being pushed out, pretty much, things are going to the gates of the noble, man. It's like they trying to shut things down without saying that, us men, the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native, right, saying that we are correct, but at the same time, they don't want to show the fact that we are correct, if I said that right. All right, so that's why they're trying to put limitations on things. They're trying to shut things down because of the fact that we're telling Esau plan, mainly because that's who's running this whole thing, this whole show, right? So it's the fact that we're telling Esau what he's about to do, and he's pretty much trying to put these laws into play, and he's still further proving a point, because we know this right here has to pass, right? Let's run through this right quick. It says, speaking to LBC Radio this week, Blair said, the world is going to have to come together and agree on some rules around social media platforms. It said it's not just how people can provoke hostility and hatred, but I think the impact on young people, particularly when they've got access to mobile phones very young, and they are reading a whole lot of stuff and receiving a whole lot of stuff that I think is really messing with their minds in a big way, right? And so the thing is, the internet was purposely used for from the Lord, Yahweh Shai, to help us to wake up the elect, and when you see on the internet, it's to the point the average Joe, they are seeing the truth. The average Joe would tell you things are getting strange. Things are adding up. And think about it, they want to keep the people at a dumb state. Right, but I did want to grab this quick precept right quick. In the book of Isaiah 13, just to prove the point, this is why they're trying to shut things down, because they're trying to use so-called misinformation, but we're bringing out the truth. Right, and it's pretty much cutting them, right? Isaiah 13:1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, right? Excuse me. It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles, right? That's the point. Excuse me. All right, so just the point, right? We living with this Bible and we're preaching, the men of the Lord, right? We're out here preaching, with this sword, this spiritual sword, and what we're jabbing inside Esau's side, man. You know? So they're trying to shut things down because of the fact that, hey, we're correct. You know? Because if it's a problem, right, what we're saying is a problem. Yeah, I just had him like, damn, I just lost a train of thought. Yeah, if it wasn't true, right, it wouldn't be no need to put no restrictions on nothing. If it wasn't true. But these things are true, so they're trying to shut the mouths of the prophets. Right? It says it's not just how people can provoke hostility and hatred, but I think the impact on young people, particularly when they've got access to mobile phones very young and they're reading a whole lot of stuff and receiving a whole lot of stuff, I think that is really messing with their minds in a big way. You know, you do got a lot of folly on the internet, but they don't care for that. They promote that, right? Long as niggas just, you know, in a dumb state, they all for it, right? But once Jake start paying attention, you know, or just the masses, period, you know, that's when they're trying to come up with new ways because they want to keep you dumbed down, right? It says, I'm not sure. The thing is, like, hey, Salakia, thing is, you know, you'll get flagged for teaching the truth, but putting up folly about adultery and, you know, cannibalism or whatever the case may be outside of the truth, they all for it. They give you all the views and likes. You going viral, you know, but once you start speaking that truth, they trying to mute you. You know, they going to shadow ban your page. You know, so we already know what they're really just trying to do. They're trying to just target, you know, the ones that's out here pushing the truth, you know, exposing these devils. You know, you got a lot of whistleblowers. You got a lot of people that got content on their pages. May not be in the truth, but it's just the point. People are starting to pretty much expose these elites and, you know, for who they are, the devil. Right? It says, I'm not sure what the answer is, but I'm sure we need to find one. It says, Blair was not alone in calling for new restrictions on social media. Earlier this week, the left-wing Speaker of the House, Sir Lindsey Hoyle, also said that the government should consider new limits against online speech. Right? Misinformation is dangerous, Holy said. Right? Let's get the word for misinformation. Because what we bring out is not only misinformation, right? It's just the fact that it's true. Right? It says false or inaccurate information, right? Aren't we telling you about World War III? Or aren't we telling you about the charagma? You know, is the MO to TB? Aren't we bringing out Job 9:24? The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. We telling who the devil is in the flesh. You know, we telling you the plans about how they trying to orchestrate martial law. You know, telling you about the never trust thine enemy. These plagues that they come with, these lab diseases that they coming up with. We telling you about how what's the thing in Georgia? The Georgia Guidestone, Salakia, the Georgia Guidestone. You know, we telling you about what's they 2030 agenda. You know, we telling you all of these things, but you will get misinformation. They're trying to say misinformation is dangerous. Right? Social media is good, but it's also bad when people are using it in a way that could cause a riot, threat, intimidation, suggesting that we should attack somebody. It's not acceptable. That's right. And hey, man, matter of fact, let's go to that book of Sirach 12, right? Because that's why it says, you know, still pay attention to these devils, man. Just because they're trying to talk smooth and sound scared, right? Be aware, right? Right, this Sirach 12. I start at 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron wrestles, so is his wickedness, right? It says, verse 11 on the point. It says, though he humble himself, right? That's really the main point I wanted. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, right? Yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Salaki. And it, like I said, though he humble himself and go crouching, take good heed and beware of him, right? Because that's all it is. They're trying to, stoop down and say, like, no, social media is dangerous. And the whole time, this man got a trick up his sleeve, man. Right? As a matter of fact, I'm glad I said it just like that, right? Because, going back to the that movie Leader We're Behind, they know things are finna be rolling out. Martial law, right? Because, soon to come, they're going to shut the internet. They're going to crash the internet, EMPs, while real live things are going on. Like I said, martial law, they out here gathering up, people, right? You're going to, pretty much on the movie Leader World Behind, he was just saying, like, you cut the communication so no one can be aware of what's going on. And like I said, this isn't with a gradualism step, misinformation is dangerous. So they're trying to, come with their stricter speech. They're trying to pretty much cut off your surroundings, your hearing surroundings, so you can't really think for yourself, right? Because you got social media. With social media, people are able to get an idea. Okay, cool. All right, get an understanding of what's going on. But if you cut the communication off, they'll be lost if they don't know what's going on. Kind of lost my train of thought. Let me keep going. Misinformation is dangerous. Hoyle said social media is good, but it's also bad when people are using it in a way that could cause a riot, threat, intimidation, suggesting that we should attack somebody is not acceptable, right? Because we pretty much helping, right? Mainly let think, that's all it is. It says, what we've got to do is factually correct what's up there. If not, I think the government has to think long and hard about what they are going to do about social media and what are they going to put through Parliament as a bill. I believe it should be across. It doesn't matter what country you're in. The fact is that misinformation is dangerous, and no misinformation, or threats or intimidation should be allowed to be carried out on social media platforms. So now that they care about threats and intimidations, but we already know that they talking about fining us, the one that's so-called posting misinformation. It's not misinformation. What we posting is true. We got scriptures behind it. We telling you, like I said, I just, named a couple of things. Right? We telling you about Jacob's trouble. We telling you about how this selection is rigged. How they got these migrants over here. But that's all it's just to say. But ultimately, this right here is another reason why we tell our people to come into Yahweh Shem Yahushua, repent. Things like when you hear about social media speech restrictions, and just know that door getting closer and closer to shutting, because social media is the best way to get this truth, access this truth, because people may not be out and about a lot, but people are quick to get on that phone, get on YouTube, get on TikTok, get on Instagram, and it's talking about misinformation. Hey, another thing, we calling ourselves the real Jews. The Southern Kingdom, Benjamin, Judah, Levi, right? We the real Israelites, right? And they don't use that as misinformation. Telling about the book of Deuteronomy 28, right? But like I said, let's jump to these scriptures right quick. So I go back to Sirach 5. Sirach 5 and 7. Right? It says, make no tearing to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Right? Because we know a famine is going to come. Right? But how you going to build yourself up is through these scriptures, man. And for the most part, a lot of brothers have channels. A lot of brothers have channels where you can get this information, so you can turn to the Lord, right? Because we're going to help you. But if you don't want to turn to him and Hey, we at the point of all hell can break loose shit in the next day, overnight. You know, we helping you trying to put we helping you, Salakia. We're helping you trying to put on your armor. You know? Make no tearing to turn to the Lord, right? No procrastination and put out from day to day. Right, for sudden shall the wrath of the Lord come forward, right? Because we know EMPs that happen. I mean, it's going to happen. That's bound to happen. You know, Jacob's trouble is it's right here, man. You know, it ain't at that major stage. It ain't you know at the highest intense. But hey, it's here, right? I'm gonna just go to the book of Amos. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what it's centered around anyway. And I'll probably close out after that, right? The book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Right? And like I said, it's talking about speech restrictions. Hey, brothers be having videos getting took down, man. I have, a couple, right? Pages getting took down. You know, this is what it's coming into, spiral into, man. And we see it, man. We seeing that they're ready to start cutting off access, man, connection. You know, and this is what we've been waiting on, man. This is what we're prepping for. This is what we're doing inside our time of grace. We're building ourselves up for the ultimate test, man. Shit is finna get real wicked. Right? But it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Right? So like I said earlier, when you see these articles pop up, just know that door of mercy of trying to get access to a servant, the prophet, and build yourself up is that door is getting closed. It's closing more and more. And it's damn near shut. All you got to do now for the latch thing to, fall into the socket, and that door is shut, man. Right? But it says, but hearing the words of the Lord. Right? We in that time of, we won't be, teaching, right? Like a brother said, we're gonna eventually get that decree, that command from the elder Apostle Tahar. Hey, don't go out there, we done teaching. Shit is getting out of hand now. Prophets gonna be put up, right? But we see those things right now by seeing these types of articles saying about misinformation. So we already know that they're trying to eventually close out the mouths of the prophets. And that's prophecy within itself. So hey, they can come on with it, because once we stop talking, we know we in Jacob's trouble, full-fledged. Right? It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Right? So as you see these people, they're talking about counseling and, pretty much they want to wipe people pages that have so-called misinformation. But when we bring out things, when we bring out these things, we have plenty of receipts, and I want to say scriptures behind that, but they want to flag it as misinformation, right? But it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it, right? Because you've seen it now. Hey, the internet, the internet is where you can run to and fro. You can run on this platform, mainly, ultimately, trying to find answers. But hey, if they got everything is flagged as misinformation, you won't be able to find it. they trying to come together so they can start taking these things down, man. And that's just another thing for the ones that's watching, the ones that don't that's not trying to repent, or they just don't get it yet. They need to see more things. Hey, this is it. You're supposed to be trying to get this good. I can never say it, but trying to get this truth while it's open, while it's available. Because soon to come, they're gonna start just taking brothers' pages down. He got too much misinformation on his page. He's gonna take the whole page from him. you know. And they're not just brothers in this truth, like I said, you know, you got brothers brothers and sisters that do little contents on TikTok. You even have heathens that be doing all these videos on TikTok and YouTube, right? In a minute, you won't be able to see none of those things, man. Right? You'll be, whatever wisdom, knowledge you have, that's what you're going to have to use in the time of all hell breaking loose, right? But, you know, I'm just close out on that. Lord willing, you know, the lesson was edifying. Just know that a speech restriction is coming, which is going to ultimately lead into a famine of hearing the words of the Lord. Right, so with that being said, I'm going to give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakadash. Till next time, Shalom.